Chapter 6. The Choice and the Tragedy. The Guns of Navarone. Several decades ago, when movies weren't Marxist girl boss propagandist horse shit, a movie was made called The Guns of Navarone. In it, Gregory Peck and David Niven play two commandos who lead a raid to destroy a pair of Nazi railguns on an island in the Aegean Sea. This will allow the British to evacuate 2,000 troops that await rescue on the other side of the guns before the Germans launch a counteroffensive. Gregory Peck plays Mallory, the actual commander of the team, while David Niven plays Miller, an explosives expert who is not the leader, but is the only person with the expertise to blow up the guns. While there is plenty of action in the movie, one of the underlying plots is how Miller constantly avoids making any decisions or hard choices. He doesn't want the responsibility of leadership, nor the responsibility of tough decisions. He just wants to plant his explosives and survive. However, while he doesn't want any form of responsibility, this doesn't prevent him from questioning, even admonishing Mallory for the choices he makes while leading the raid. This obviously grates on Mallory as he tries his best to make the right decisions, oftentimes in emergency situations, with the lives of 2,000 troops resting in his hands. This subplot comes to a head at a critical point in the movie. They've infiltrated the bowels of the gun fortress. They're about to make their go at destroying the guns when Miller finds out his explosives have been sabotaged. They figure out the saboteur is a woman in their group, which means they have to kill her. None of the men in the group want to kill a woman, but this does not prevent Miller from recounting all of Mallory's mistakes during the mission, as well as the fact he's the leader. And since he's the leader, it's ultimately his responsibility that this woman is killed, and Miller demands Mallory kill the woman. Nobody in the team likes the fact that Mallory now has to execute the woman, but once the job is done, Mallory, ashen-faced, turns to Miller, points the gun at him, and says what is arguably the best quote in all of American cinema. "So you think that you've been getting away with it all this time, standing by. Well, son, your bystanding days are over. You're in it now, up to your neck. They told me you're a genius with explosives. Start proving it. You got me in the mood to use this thing, and by God, if you don't think of something, I'll use it on you." And so, too, are we at this point with women. Your bystanding days are over. For 60 years and 3 generations, we have catered to every wish and whim of American and Western women. We have uprooted and reformed society from what it was for 200,000 years into what women said they wanted for the past 60. We have eliminated traditional roles, welcoming women into every institution and aspect of society. We've given them affirmative action, preferential treatment, a welfare state, boardroom quotas, college degrees about themselves, social deference at every turn, even created entire make-work industries so some could imagine they have real jobs. Society literally worships women as if they were gods, while our institutions celebrate them ad nauseum. We have even gone so far as to raise taxes to pay other people to raise their children. There has never been a more spoiled or privileged group of people in all of human history. And yet, with every possible advantage, with every wind on their back, with life set on easy mode, some of them still have the gall and arrogance to claim they're oppressed and discriminated against, which is completely perplexing. Because for those same 60 years and 3 generations, we've heard nothing but how women are equal, how women don't need men, how anything a man can do, a woman can do better, and how women are strong and independent. Meanwhile, women deliver an empirically abysmal performance when it comes to genuine economic production, self-supportation, STEM careers, the trades, and ultimately, stuff that matters. Which prompts everyone in America to be like Judge Smalls, saying, "Well, we're waiting." And this is where Mallory's quote is so appropriate for today. This is where we're all waiting on Miller to do what he said he was going to do. To paraphrase it from modern times, "You think you've been getting away with it all this time, standing by. Well, ladies, your bystanding days are over. You're in it now, up to your necks. You keep telling us that you're strong and independent. Start proving it! We're sick and tired of hearing you whine all the time. And by God, if you don't get off your fat ass and start actually being equal, we're all in for a world of economic hurt. And this paraphrased quote isn't a joke. It isn't misogyny. It isn't an edgy take, and it isn't hatred. It is an incredibly serious statement about dire consequences. Just like if Miller didn't get his act together, 2,000 people would die. If women don't get their communal shit together and start delivering on their promise that they would be equals, our economy will no longer function, and neither will society. Nothing short the entire fate of the U.S. economy, and by extension, Western civilization, is in women's hands. And so women, whether they like it or not, face an incredibly important choice and the consequences that come with it.